All right, good morning, everyone. I hope you all had a great weekend. Give everyone just a minute or two to file in. All right, I'll go ahead and get started. So, thanks for joining us today. Today, we're joined by Landon Gray, who is a representative from Envestnet. Today, we're going to go over the new Envestnet client portal and some of the features that you may or may not know about, and then some of the new features that are available as well. But before I kick it over to Landon, I just want to go over some housekeeping notes just for 1 second. Share my screen here. So I do just want to review the changes that were made to the Envestnet program names. So what we notice here is StoneX Model Solutions, which is our team's proprietary products, now have their own program bucket. So as you're running your proposals, you'll notice that difference there. Anything that was labeled in StoneX Select Portfolios is now combined with StoneX Select Strategies. So as you see here, these were the OSA Stone programs, and simply most of these were name changes. The only difference here is that StoneX Model Solutions proprietary products are now in their own bucket. As you're running those proposals, you'll notice those program changes there mostly. And in the end goal, that matches the newly updated account cover page. So as you're opening accounts, you'll notice that APM is still the same, AFC is still the same. Anything that is select managers is StoneX Select Managers or StoneX Select Strategists. So you'll select that box there, and then anything that's StoneX Smart Solutions, that files in there as well. So it all matches now. And one other thing I want to show, sent out an email late Friday about the Envestnet client portal. If you guys take a look at that, there are some tutorials there that have been made. So if you scroll to the bottom of this email, there is the Envestnet client portal tutorials. And once you click the Envestnet client portal tutorials link, it'll take you over to the PDF that was made here. And here are all of the resources that Landon and I will go over today about the client portal. So if you click into these hyperlinks, it'll take you directly to some support videos for different topics of the client portal. So one new feature of the client portal is the client portal mobile app that Envestnet has launched. So we click into that video, for example, it'll bring up about a 5 minute or less video for most of these. And here just walks you through how to do some of those actions around the client portal. So let me go back and kick it over to Landon.
Thanks, Marcus. All right, let me share my screen and we'll walk through this together. And let me know once you can see, Marcus.
You are good to go.
Okay. So you guys can access the new client portal. You can sign your clients up and enable them just by going to the client member record. But one of the key ways that I like to go in and do it, if you go into the practice tab and go to Client Portal Access under Alerts and Notifications. What we've done here is allowed you to, if you want to enable the client portal in a mass way for your clients, if you have multiple clients that you want to sign up for at once, you can come into this Client Portal Access tab, and it'll tell you whether or not the client already has it activated, which I think you get for your clients. If they already utilize the Envestnet client portal, the legacy portal, they will have access with the same username and password to the new client portal. So there's no need to sign up anyone who's already on the client portal. What we'll look at today is for new members that we want to sign up. So you'll notice here under the alert, it says to enable client portal, add your client's email. And we can see that I don't have an email for this specific investor. So if I go to this investor, and then I'll go to the general tab. Well, one thing before we get to that, even if your client is not already, if they don't have a username and password for the client portal, they've never signed into it, you can still go in and under the actions, you can launch the client portal to see what they're going to see when they first log into it. So you don't have to sign them up before you go in and launch to see. That experience always lives out there. So I just wanted to mention that. So I'll go to the general tab. Under the general tab, we'll be able to see the members for this specific account. So I'll go to this family member because you can sign them up. They can have members in the household can have different logins within the client portal. So what I will do is if I scroll down to primary contact section of the member record and click the edit, at the very bottom we have our email here. And so if I add in, let's say my email, in this case, you would add in their email, and I spelled that wrong. Then I can click save, and you'll notice before I click save, there's the red icon again, which also says to enable client portal, add your client's email. So I'll save that. It'll gray that out, and now I'll get the option to enable the client portal. So I can still launch in, but what I want to do is I want to turn this on for them so that they can get an email to sign up and create a username and password for themselves. So it says, we'll email your client instructions and a link to create a new account. The link will expire in 3 days. That's something to remember. If you go to that client portal access page, it will tell you if you sent them an invite, but they never logged in or never created a username and password, it'll say that it expired. And so you could easily go in and send that to them again. You would essentially go through the same process, which would kick off the email. So I'm going to say testing for StoneX demo. This is a free form that you can, put a personal message there to your client, and then I will do send email. What that's going to do is immediately kick off an email to that specific client to ask them to sign up for the client portal. So if I come back, I want to show you also in the client portal access, if I refresh here, you'll notice that there's no email and we still have that. If I refresh, it says that the email has been sent, and it also shows the email that we sent it to. And I've already received the email. So let me show you guys what that looks like, just so you know what your clients will be receiving. So they will get an email that it looks like it's coming from you guys, StoneX Advisors. It says, here's a message from your advisor, testing for StoneX demo. And then they would want to select on the create an account. And it also gives them the message, please note that the link to create an account will expire in 3 days. If you have any questions, contact your advisor. Now for this client's portal sponsor, I don't have my email or phone number here, but if you guys have that within your profile, that will show up here so they could easily give you a call or send you an email regarding this. So what I'll do is create an account, and it will take me to the login page. I do have to put in the last four of my social. That's to verify that we sent the email to the correct person. And then they'll be asked to set up a username and password. So I will do StoneX demo 1. Save and sign in. And now that that client has access to the new client portal. Right, so this is what they would see within the client portal. If I head back here, so we looked at enable. So now we can see, I'll just refresh again. It says client portal access activated. That was for the one that we just signed up. And we can see that this bento box has not signed up. And so we'd have to add in an email and do that for them. If we come, let me log out of this one. And I will show you guys. So let's go back into this and let's show you guys how we can launch in to the client portal for that same user. And I'm going to update this widget just so we can see the data, because this data is from April. So when we log in, or when the client logs in, this is what they're going to see. This is their dashboard. Within the dashboard, they have a view into their net worth, their holdings, asset allocation, activity, account performance, realized gains and losses. They have a tab for projected income, and then documents, which is where their QPRs and other documents will live. And that all corresponds, so they can utilize the see more within the dashboard, or there's a tab on the left-hand side that would allow them to go into each one of these. All of these correspond. If I click see more, it is actually taking me to this holdings page. On the dashboard, they can create a custom view if they want. If they want to go in, and let's say they want to go in and call it my dashboard, because maybe this is too much data for them, they can go in and create, and then they can add in, maybe they just want to look at holdings. They could change the as of date if they want. So they're going to get holdings, and let's look at asset allocation. They could change the table value display percentage versus dollar. We'll just save that, and then we'll get out of this. And what they can do from here is they can set this as their default dashboard. So when they log in, they would only see holdings and only see asset allocation, if that's something that they want to do. We don't see a ton of investors do this. Some of your more savvy ones may come in and update that dashboard, but a lot of them are just going to keep this default dashboard the same, and view the data this way. On the top right-hand side, we've given you guys a new view. So your clients can use dark mode in order to view all of this data. And this will retain, if they come in and they select dark mode, then it will keep that for the next time that they log in. Every time they log in, it will be dark mode until they go in and change that. So you do have this view here. You also have the ability, or your clients have the ability to share their screen. So let me go back into that. So when they do share their screen, if you're familiar with the co-browse feature, within the advisor portal, there's a co-browsing feature in the drop-down on the actions near the launch client portal that you can type this code in and you can co-browse together to view that. You can also, I'm launched in as the client, so if they're asking me, hey, can you see what I'm seeing? I can see it, and we can view this at the same time without having to use the co-browse feature. But the co-browse feature is nice because you can see what the other person is doing at the time. And then finally, in the top right, we have our contact us and sign out. In the contact us, again, this is this demo sponsor user just doesn't have it would have phone and email if I had that for this test advisor. So let's go back to our dashboard. Again, these views on the dashboard, these widgets are just a capture of the actual pages. So if we want to go into holdings, we can go into see more or click it on the left-hand side. So let's go into see more, and it will take us to our holdings page. They have, you'll notice each page is essentially set up the same way with just different data. So the show data for this, you can have it, it defaults to all accounts, but if they want to go in and take a look at one specific account, they can select that specific account and see their holdings for that specific account. And then the as of date, you'll notice as we go through these that they can choose different dates here if they want to look at the data in a different way. On the right hand side, you'll notice as well on each one of these pages there is this extract button, which I believe you guys also utilize in the legacy portal. So if they want to extract this into a Excel file, they can pull that off and retain it for their own records. One of the nice things here, if we click on a security, we can see all of the lots. It gives us a breakdown of when we purchased it, how many shares we purchased, or, the client purchased, and what the value was. They can get a really good feel for that specific security. So that's a nice feature. And then another nice feature that you guys have probably noticed just utilizing the new Envestnet platform is the ability to kind of move these fields very easily. So if shares, the amount of shares is very important to me, I can move that over to the left-hand side just by drag and drop, and now that column comes over to the left-hand side. If the percent of total is important to me, I can move that over as well. And then just to the right of each one of these is our search. And if we select contains, and maybe we want to look for a specific security, we can search for that specific security and find that. So each one of these has this drop down where we can conduct our search. So that's the holdings. Let's kind of come back. Let's go into each one of these. So net worth, I'm just going to utilize the left-hand side. It's kind of the easiest way to go through this. Net worth provides our asset and liabilities. So you can see all of the accounts within the platform. And then if you want to drill down into each one of those, you can do that. Under account performance, this will give us a graph, and then it also display our performance here down at the bottom. And again, we can do this for all accounts, or we can choose a specific account. Right, and it gives us our year-to-date performance, our 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, and inception to date. If I go to the activity tab, again, I'll have to change this one to year to date because this is just a test account. It's got data from April, but they could see, dividend payout sales, any transfers that they have. And again, if the amount is important to them, they can move this over to the left. They could pull an extract, and then they could pull all of their activity that's year to date within this platform. If they want to, again, they want to look at a specific account, they can do that. Under asset, well, before I move off this one, I'll mention something. So on each one of these pages, you have disclosures at the bottom that the clients can view. That will give them a little bit of information, but also disclose the data and just kind of give them a little bit of ins and outs on what's going on with these specific pages. Asset allocation, you get a nice pie chart that breaks down the asset allocation. And if you don't like that, we've also got a bar chart. And then if we take a look at the asset class, let's say we look at equity, we can look at, or you or the client can look at what that equity consists of and what the percentages are within that class. Again, they can do this based on the account and the as of date. They could select a different as of date if they wanted to see that. Holdings we looked at before. We can look at projected income. Projected income gives them a breakdown based on the next, looks like year. And so we can take a look at that and see what the projected income is at that time. Right? It has all of our holdings here. And again, same thing, you can change the dates if you're looking to do that. Realized gains and losses. In this particular one, we have long-term only, and we can see what our long-term gains and losses are. This one has quite a few ranges that you can put for your date period. And so this is nice for the savvy investors that want to look at points in time to see what their gains and losses are. In the PDF report generator, we can do this by account. So if we take a look at this ENV 401k, your client can download their QPR again. They can download any one of these reports at any time, right? If they want to come in, they can come in to any one of these accounts and pull that report whenever they're looking for it. Under the accounts tab, this just gives us our breakdown of the accounts. So you can see that we have our full list of accounts here. And then under the documents tab, if we ran something from the PDF report generator, it would show up in our recent files. So, and you'll probably notice as well, again, this is just a test account that gets wiped out. But if you go into one of your clients, they should get the full history of their QPRs. So you would see quite a few more QPRs there. If they wanted to pull one from, let's say, second quarter of last year, they would be able to do that. Marcus, that was kind of everything that I wanted to go through. Again, this is the desktop version. Marcus mentioned the mobile version. So he can kind of talk more about that, but we do have a mobile version that your clients can utilize to view this exact same screen. They would use their same login credentials, and then this data would be, the experience would look the exact same, but on the phone or on the mobile app.
Yeah, Landon, one thing I want to point out there, if you highlight over the logo to the left of the screen, if you guys have a custom logo that you would like to be uploaded to the client portal, we can accommodate that. There are some requirements in terms of the size and width of that image, but if you take a look at that email, those requirements are there. If you don't remember, you can just send us an email at wealthsolutions@stonets.com. We can upload that logo there for you. This will only show on the desktop version, won't show on the mobile version, but custom branding is available. But I just want to thank Landon for taking the time to work on this with us. It took quite some time to get everything in order. But the client portal for Envestnet is not here to replace what you currently use via StoneNet's client portal app that you have enabled for your clients now. But this is just another way for you to have conversations with your clients. So think of account reviews, right? If you're having account reviews and you have to come into Envestnet and fill out those account reviews anyway, why not use the client portal, utilize that co-browse feature that Landon mentioned earlier, and co-browse with your client to have those meaningful conversations as you're doing your account reviews. One other thing I just want to share before we hop off is where those resources are that I went over in the beginning of the call. Landon, let me know when you can see my screen.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So if you're on StoneX Advisor, if you go under StoneX Wealth Solutions and then click into StoneX Strategies and Market Commentary, for right now we have Envestnet tutorials under Market Research and Commentary. And here you can see the PDFs that are currently available. So if you click into Envestnet Client Portal Tutorials PDF, it brings up the PDF document that I showed earlier again. And here are all of the 5 videos here that we've made for the client portal. And then here are additional resources. As I mentioned earlier, most of these videos are 5 minutes or less. So if you don't want to go back and rewatch this entire tutorial, here are some clips for specific topics and subjects. And then here is additional resources as well. So there are PDF guides here for the client portal as well. So if we click into it, it'll bring up the PDF version of the tutorial, how to enable the client portal for your client, information about the custom branding, information about the mobile app, etc. So again, if you have any questions about the Envestnet client portal, feel free to reach out to me. Just email us at wealthsolutions@stonex.com. And that's all I have. Landon, do you have anything else?
Well, I did. Let me share one more thing.
Sure.
Because we talked about this. So let me know once you can see.
I can see.
Okay. Under your clients tab, one of the things, and I'm sure you guys have seen this, but you may not have known what this logins is. Anytime your client logs into the client portal, this will start to count up. And so you can kind of see who's logged in, who hasn't, who's utilizing it the most. And that would be a conversation that you could bring up during the review to say, hey, looks like you enjoy the client portal. You have any questions on it? Things like that. So within your clients tab, this login corresponds with the client portal and how often they're logging into it. And that was everything that I had.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks, guys. We'll give you back a few minutes for the day. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.